Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. Just gonna let you know in this video, I'm not wearing the same t-shirt for every single video on separate days. I recorded this video, the Back to My Future episode, and my weekly movies episode all on Friday to be put out for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Um, this video is going to be the only video of this I'm hopefully making in a very, very, very long time. This is a video that's not going to be really. It involves movies. That's the whole point of this channel. But this is going to be the video explaining why I became a collector in the first place and why I'm doing what I do now. So let's just start off from how the whole collecting thing even began. Growing up, I did have a lot of beta tapes and VHSs and stuff like that. Anyway, my entire family were obsessed with them because every holiday we'd have movie nights where we'd all choose and buy a movie and then sit up all night during the summer holidays during breaks of school and stuff, and we'd all watch movies together. And then also growing up, my dad was obsessed with films and series. My dad used to go out and buy tons from the old Woolworths, and he used to ask us all if we'd go and watch a movie with him. And I was usually the more excited one to do it because everyone had their own thing. Not everyone was really into movies as much as I was with my dad, so mostly just watching the films. So what was my dad started buying me my own DVDs when they first started coming out, and by this age I was I think I was 11, I think 10 or 11, maybe even 12. But I just been given my own bedroom because there was a lot of us in our house, a big family. I just got my own room as I got older, and I was told I was allowed my first TV to myself, and it was a TV DVD combo thing. And my dad said, "Well, you can't really have that with nothing to watch, and I'm not going to really lend you my stuff." So he took me out and bought me just a couple of films. And I started off with just 10 DVDs growing up for the first year or two. And one of those was Small Soldiers, which my dad bought me back when he was going home from work. And back then I was a horrible little shit. When I was from the ages of, I think 3 or 4 up to about 12 years old, I was a horrible, horrible child. Nothing like I am now. I used to go around, I used to go and break everyone else's toys, and once they were broken, I'd say, "Oh, well, now they're broken, can I have them?" I used to steal from my family, their toys or their books or their videos. The worst one was I used to collect loads of card game trading cards and stuff, and I used to trade with my family, and then when they were asleep, I'd go back in the room and take them back, and then I would try and retrade them in the morning for something else, and I'd do the same. Nothing like I am now. A terrible, horrible child. Yeah, so when I was about 11 or 12 years old, I was watching Small Soldiers. I took it out of the thing and I couldn't find the case. And I decided, oh, well, I'll just watch it later anyway. So I put it this side down on a table. And then because I didn't like the way my room was set up, I started changing my room around. And the disc fell off the table and rolled under my bed. And I was like, I'm not going to watch it for a while anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. And then I think about 3 or 4 weeks later, I found the case. I went, where did that disc go? And I realised it had gone under my bed. And since then, I'd put a lot of stuff under my bed too. So I lifted up my mattress, lifted up my bed, and I looked underneath, and I'd found Small Soldiers cracked and scratched to pieces. And I burst into tears because it was the first time I'd realised I can't watch that movie again now. Because the VHS had gone missing years ago. I think we sold it actually. I think back when VHSs were earning some money. Because I had the DVD, we didn't need the VHS, so we sold it. I realised that I was really heartbroken because I couldn't watch it again. And I told my dad, and he'd forgotten he'd even bought it at the time. He was like, "I don't remember buying it on DVD." Oh, okay. A couple of weeks later, I came back from school and I was sitting outside my house, and my dad came back from work and he had this little carry bag on him. He goes, "Did you do your own work?" And I was like, "Not all of it." He goes, "Well, you can't have this then. Go and put it down the chute." And what? He goes, "Go and put it down the chute. You don't deserve it. You ain't done your own work." So I've gone up to go and throw it in the chute. He goes, "Well, look at it first before you realise what you've lost out on." And I've opened it and it was a brand new sealed copy of Small Soldiers, the signature edition back then. It was just the case printed with the signature on the front. And I was really happy. And he goes, "Well, I'll tell you what, go and finish your own work. As soon as I know that it's done, you can have it." So I ran straight into my bedroom, done my homework, gave it to me. Then I started noticing that. After that point, I started putting Small Soldiers back in its case after every watch. Even if I was going to rewatch it, I put it back in the case for a bit until I was ready to rewatch it. And then I started noticing that I was doing it with all my films. Oh, well, the pile of 10 that I had on my windowsill, I was noticing that I was doing it with that. Don't ask me what the other 9 were. I don't have a damn clue. But when I went to my dad's room, he used to have this little like wardrobe slash bookcase thing, and he had over about 200 titles of TV series. So Only Fools and Horses, Red Dwarf, Hi-de-Hi's, Open All Hours, lots of horror movies, sci-fi movies. We'd go Woolworths together and shopping together, and we'd pick up a couple of movies together. But he'd put them on his shelf. And that was me and him done this from when I was about 12 up till 2007 when I was about 15. And that's when, yeah, that's when I lost my dad. Uh, he went into hospital when I woke up, and everyone was around me in tears trying to keep me calm because I'd just woken up to find out, and it's very hard and weird to wake up and know that they're not there anymore. So after that point, I went into his room and I organised his DVDs to the way he liked it because there were some just left on the side. So I think there's a couple of days afterwards, like when just coming to terms, I started organising them all and stuff like that. And then something happened to them all from other people where they just went missing or got damaged, and I got really angry. So I made it my life's goal that if any other DVDs came into this house, anyone bought any movies that came into this house, I was going to organise and look after. I started getting this weird OCD with them where I didn't organise them in a right way. I organised them in a different way that everyone else probably would have. I organised them in production order, which was like 20th Century Fox, Universal Studios, BBC One, New Line Cinema. I was doing stuff like that. And the order was working out quite well for me, really, because I knew where they were. I knew that, any film that came with a production value, I can just put it where it was. And then my brother turned around to me and goes, well, what kind of horrors you got? I don't know, just looking at the time I had about 300 DVDs at this point because DVDs were getting cheaper by 2007. So by 2007 to 2008, DVDs were much cheaper. I was going to my local DVD shop where they were selling them for like £2 a DVD, so I was just getting them. And my brother said, well, I don't know where your horrors are. Well, they're all around. Goes, wouldn't it be better to just do category? Like an alphabetical order, like. So if you fancy watching a comedy, you can just go and look and go, comedies. And like instead of having to look around each film to try and find one in the pile. And I thought to me that at the time sounded silly because I'd already had an order. And I turned around and said, well, okay, I'll give it a shot. And when I organised it, I looked at it and went, this actually is much more simpler to work. Because now I know where everything is much more easier than I would have. Because it does get tricky and difficult, trying to, every collector will tell you organising their films, it does get tricky. Even if you know your system, it always gets tricky trying to find that one space to fit that one movie and blah blah blah. But knowing that where the categories are, it does make it a lot easier. Since then, and since sorting out my dad's DVDs and that, like looking after him and stuff, I kind of realised that I was meant to be doing it. It was something that I enjoyed. Now, this isn't even a lie. This is genuine truth. My family have seen it. My friends have seen it. And it shocked them all. I have organised, alphabetically and categorised, at least 1,000 different DVDs in the space of 10 minutes. Alphabetical and category. And it's not an exaggeration. They've all seen it. They didn't believe me that I could do it until they done it. Where I came home from school and someone had messed up all my DVDs. And I had just reorganised them all in the space of 10 minutes, and they couldn't believe how fast it was. It's something I do enjoy. It's something I have fun doing. It's something that I can be proud of owning. And organising them gives me a sense of relief, because it's like, now they look how they should look. This is a different video to all the other ones I'm doing. It's the only one I am doing of this. There's not going to be any more of these kinds of videos coming out ever in my life. But I just wanted you guys to know why I'm the collector I am and stuff like that. And I mean, don't forget, I've said in previous videos, since the age of like 3 or 4, when I actually learned how to speak and enjoy movies, I've wanted to be an actor my entire life. Voice, theatre, film, TV, anything. Any kind of acting at all, I've wanted to be a part of and enjoy the experience. Now, I've never gotten properly into acting like I should have done growing up. I never really got the chance to get further than where I did. But I know how to do my voices, my impressions. I know how I do know different acting styles and how to work with acting, so it's not a problem. I know what to do and how to do it. But something about taking care of movies feels more heartwarming to me than being a part of one. I don't know, it's just that sense of fulfillment I get in my life when I get to put a movie on a shelf in a place where it belongs and go, I have that and I enjoy it. Anyway, guys, I doubt you guys will enjoy this video because it's a very emotionally weird video to do. But if you did and you enjoy any of my other videos, please do not forget to click that subscribe button down below. And don't also forget to strike that like for future videos. And I will see you guys next time.